Hey y'all, I have a testimony and this is nothing short of that. So, um, y'all are aware that I just recently began another job. In fact, I've been here about 2 months now. And I first have to thank God because I've made so much progress in my healing journey that I'm able to recognize when it's time for me to let something go. And I feel convicted because God has been telling me to let something go for about 6 months. And I'm hesitating. But, I'm going to be obedient. I'm going to do what God told me to do because I know there is something great waiting on me on the other side of me releasing this thing. That that being aside, um, I recognized that it was time for me to find a job opportunity that was going to be better suited for me, something where I could be able to offer my best self to a company, and it will give me a great opportunity to learn and to grow. Man. So many lessons came out of this situation for me. Number one is, as you heal, you have to be willing to let things go and recognize that some situations are not for you to just tough it out. And that's where prayer, wisdom, and discernment come in. You can pray and ask God to guide you and give you wisdom and give you clear signs and indications when it's time to let something or someone go. And also that you have the courage to follow through and do what God is telling you to do. I was in that situation where I realized it was time for me to move on to a different environment. And God just laid out like basically on a platter this opportunity that I now have. And it was everything that I have been praying for. It's been everything I've been praying for. Yes, sometimes the work is hard, but I thrive on it. It's like my brain craves it because I crave the challenge. And yes, it means sometimes I'm working late. Like, I finished up working not too long ago after I got my son to bed. And but I'm excited because I'm getting to apply all of the things that I learned and things that I have since become very passionate about as it concerns software development and engineering. So that being said, I just really felt like I was supposed to share that we are presented with tons of opportunities to make choices. As we make those choices, make sure you include God because that's something that I've been very intentional about. In fact, since about 2010, like right after my dad died, I began to pray about everything, including my career choices. Because honestly, up until that point, I never really prayed about my career choice. I prayed that God would bless my decisions instead of inviting God into my decisions or into my life to guide me to the decisions I needed to make and guide me to the choices and the path that he had for me. And so now seeing it on the other side, for one, I know that I was ordained to do this, and it's given me such an opportunity to be able to share the things that I've learned with all sorts of people, and people, especially little people, kids, because I really am passionate about kids getting into tech. That being said, as you're making choices and decisions, make sure you invite God into that process. In fact, ask God to interrupt the decision you're about to make and cause you to pivot if it's not going to be in his best interest for you. Because yes, we put ourselves in situations all the time that we are not supposed to be in. And the hard part about that is we have to go through that process of healing after we made a decision that wasn't part of God's plan for us. And sometimes God allows us to make a hard decision to enforce the lessons that we've been taught. So God will allow us sometimes to go into situations that may have been an intermediary situation just to test. Did you learn what I gave you an opportunity to learn in the past? For me, last year was all about healing relationally, and well, not just relationally, but mostly relationally. Healing in my relationships with others and healing in my relationship with myself. This year is also a continuation of me healing in my relationship with myself. But that being said, I can see now how everything that has happened was an opportunity for me to learn in some way, shape, fashion, or form, but it also was an opportunity to reinforce those learnings. And so I'm just so grateful. I'm so excited because some of the things that I've been able to learn at pivotal junctures of my career, every step of the way, I'm being able to apply now. I've had opportunities to do things I've been wanting to do. In fact, I had this very thing set as a goal when I joined this organization for women leaders in tech. And I could look back and see that this was a goal of mine, and to see that I am now walking that thing out is just so amazing. So I just really want to encourage you, invite God into your day, and invite God on into everything, and especially your decisions. Pray about everything, because I promise you, like, every area of my life, I could see God answering prayers. Like, I could see God answering prayers, and I found myself hung up on so many things in the past, and to now be able to look back, like, things I prayed about my health, about my child, about my relationships, and how God is answering those things, and how God led me to make the right decisions, how I had this inner knowing, this inner peace about making certain decisions and making certain choices. And so if you take anything from me and my rambling today, invite God into everything. Invite God into your relationships, into your decisions, especially your decisions. Pray about the people in your life. Pray about your friendships. Pray about your career choices, because all of that will get you on the plan. Again, going back to something I talked about a few weeks ago, which was God's permissive will versus God's perfect will. Praying about it and following that leaning, that guiding from God will get you in his perfect will. Because again, when I think about the things that I did that God just allowed me to do, or God just gave because I was begging too much, and how it didn't turn out the way that I wanted to, and now being on the other side when I prayed and allowed God to order my steps instead, it's night and day difference. So yes, I hope y'all have a great night, and I will talk with y'all later. Bye.